What is organic marketing? Why do you need it? And how come getting this clear is going to help you grow your business, your brand, your impact, and ultimately your income? Stay tuned in this video. That is what we are going to talk about. Welcome. My name is Andrea Shannon. If you're new here, we're glad to have you. I'm the founder of Legacy Creative and a brand strategist. This week, I'm bringing you something a little bit different on this channel. It is a candid conversation with a friend of mine, Shannon Hernandez, and we are talking about organic marketing and how you can use it in your business. Now, here's the deal. I brought Shannon in because I think she's an amazing organic marketer. She's a retired teacher, award-winning educator, a brilliant marketer, and in the last few years, she's built a 7-figure business using only organic marketing. In fact, while we were talking about this, she was sharing with me that for the last 6 months, she's been testing paid advertising, has been completely disappointed with it, and is going back to purely organic marketing. So I thought it would be helpful if on this channel, we bring you an interview with her and I, or more like a candid conversation with her and I, jamming about organic marketing. All right, before I dive into the conversation between Shannon and I want to lay out the difference between a marketing strategy and a brand strategy. You may have heard me say this before, but remember, brand is about how you make people feel and what they remember about you, and marketing comes with a motive. So brand is about being remembered, and marketing is often about converting people and actually having a cash transaction between you and the people in your audience to make sure that you can grow your business. It's really, really important that you have both a brand and a marketing strategy. And it's even more important that the two are meshed together in a way that makes sense to your audience so that you are clear and concise in your messaging and your conversion path. So that's a lot about what we're going to talk about in today's video. Another super cool thing about Shannon that we're going to talk about a little bit is that she's developed this quiz, and it's called the Content Personality Quiz. It basically helps you, the creator, identify what is your type of content that you should be converting that is used to convert people into your offer. It's a brilliant thing. You can check out her Content Personality Quiz at thejoyfulmarketingrevolution.com, which is the name of her company that she's founded, and it's fantastic. With that said, let's dive in. I hope you enjoy. So let's talk first about your Content Personality Quiz, why you created it, and what it'll do for people.
Oh my gosh. So the Content Personality Quiz has been around for going on 9 years.
Oh,
if
wow.
you want to talk about the longevity of a lead magnet, that is probably the epitome.
No kidding. I didn't realize you've had it for that long.
Yes. And so it's been through a couple iterations. First, there was no like quiz technology back in the day. So you had to download the PDF and mark the answers on the paper and then wait for the email to tell you how to score it.
Yeah.
But yes, it's probably the thing that, one, put this business on the map, but two, opened the conversation in a bigger way about you can really just use your marketing superpower and put the blinders on and ignore all the rest. So giving people permission to do less, but do it better. So there's 5 content personalities, and you only have one. Okay. People have tried to hack this. They have argued with it. They have sent nasty emails. They have told me they don't believe it. They are always the people that come back and say, 2 years ago, I just should have
why do you say you only have one? So go over the 5 and then tell me why there's only one per person.
Okay. So there is, the 5 are written. So I'm going to give a little bit of a better description. Written means your words connect and convert. If you are a written content personality, you have the gift of words. All right. There is audio, which is your voice connects and converts. So I always know the audio people, and they always know they are audio because they have been told a million times, I could listen to you forever, right? They have that type of voice. They're always the audio content personality people. The visual people, it's their images that connect and convert. So either hand-drawn images or beautiful graphics they're making in Canva. That's their gift to the world. The video people, it's the enthusiasm that catches people on the video. That's the energy that connects and converts. And then the live in person, I'm live in person, it's our presence that really connects and converts, whether we're doing live on Zoom or live on a live, like a Facebook Live or a LinkedIn Live, or live in person, like sitting down with people and speaking from a stage. Okay. So those are the 5. And they you have one dominant one. So back in the day, Andrea, I used to give your top answer and then the second answer based on the 8 questions, right? But what that did is it caused a lot of confusion, and it caused people to then say, well, if I'm both, how do I do both? And they weren't actually doing anything for their marketing. They were worried about the both.
Right.
So now the quiz only scores you on one. It's your top one. And we say, watch what'll happen in 90 days if you lean into your natural way of communicating with people, and we work on a marketing strategy for your content personality for those 90 days, your business will transform. Absolutely 100%. I can say it beyond a shadow of doubt.
Okay, so let's go back to like the one thing, because that's of course scary for somebody fresh and new, and that's not what we hear. And then I've also noticed in your own marketing, even though live might be your thing, you do a lot of written and you post pictures and written and videos. Yep. So explain to me the dive into one, and then I'm guessing it's repurposed for the others, but how do you language that? Like, how do you talk about it?
You know, I'm going to be candid. I decided this weekend, you guys are going to get a little spicy, Shannon.
This is like the fresh new part of Shannon. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Am I like the second person you've told this to, or third person?
You're like the second person. The first was Amy.
Nice.
Who I had to mess her, unbox her and say, I'm switching the whole shit up.
But
anyway, what I want to say
okay.
about this is I'm done talking to people that I need to convince anything about. Yeah. So if you go take the quiz and you decide that's not your answer, great. You get to go do what you want with it, but I'm not spending any time talking to you about convincing you why that is your answer, because this is a validated tool for 8 years with hundreds of thousands of people taking it and getting aligned. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is my content personality is live. That means I can write till the cows come home. I love writing. I'm an author. I love long form content. I love it. It doesn't convert. Yeah. It might educate. It might get people on the list, keep them engaged. But how do I convert? This is why my whole brand is focused on workshops, speaking in front of audiences, in-person events. If I walk into any event, doesn't have to be my event, I guarantee you I'm leaving with clients because I am a live in-person person. Right? Yeah. So that's how I think about when I go to create my content. It's easier for me to start with the written because I love writing, but my writing doesn't convert. So how do I use my writing to either add to my email list, get people to the workshop where then they're going to interact with me live? That's where the conversion happens on the other side. Yeah. Okay. So that's a really good distinction that a lot of people maybe don't hear when you first say it, is what is the personality that converts? And convert is the moment just before there's a cash transaction that takes place. That's how you're defining convert, right? I'm defining convert as they give you money. Yeah, they're paying you. When I used to have a friend I consulted with all the time, and we would say when the green hits the pink, when the money hits your hand, like, show me how the money goes to your bank account. And then after that, we can backwards it from there. But like, I can't reverse engineer until I figure out what makes money go into your bank account. Absolutely. And you know, we have so many stories, Andrea, and it's so fascinating to me. And this is why I love this body of work. It's not like a flash in the pan, like some theory. I'm a biologist. I'm a former professor and educator. I really do not teach or roll anything out without, one, it working for us multiple times over, and two, working for clients multiple times over, then I will roll it out. So I can always stand behind what it is I'm talking about because that is my process. Yeah. You're never going to get some new flashy of the moment thing Shannon tried and had quick success, because I actually don't believe in that shit. Yeah, no, me either. This is why we have all these, we have all these people that come to us and they, you know, case study after case study. You know, I'll give you a great example. Annette, she was doing the ad thing. She was doing the webinar thing. She was doing the funnel thing, all the thing that somebody told her to do, wasting tons of money, tons of time, not getting any traction, came to us, took the quiz. She's not live in person. She's written. And we redid her 90-day marketing plan. She writes in-depth medical articles about hormones and health. She got her email list started, and she closes people on email with written. She never has to get on the phone again. And that's the power of understanding that your content personality not only works in terms of your marketing and conversions, but in terms of your sales process. And now we've even gone further to build onto it. How do we build out your team so that you're equally represented in your brand and everyone is in their zone of genius? And that's the power of the content.
Explain that to me. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So my customer service virtual assistant is audio.
Okay.
So when she has to call people, her voice is very, very soothing. She's very calm. My tech guy is visual. So he does a lot of our graphics for the tech side of things. He's also very meticulous in writing and documenting processes, right? For how we do stuff in the brand. Amy is live in person and she does sales. So she will never have a phone call for sales. She will never try and close over email. Her best bet of close rates, which by the way, her close rates are 60 to 80%, right? Is getting people on Zoom so they can read her and she can read them, right? So we also help people build out their teams based on what needs to get done in that specific role, make sure they have the right content personality.
I like it. Okay, I want to go this way. This is a question people don't usually ask, and I'm always curious. What prompted you to create the content personality, and what were you seeing before you had it? Like, what made that come to life?
Yeah. So I had a phone call. Zoom wasn't around back then. I had a phone call, and this person called, and she was in tears. And she said to me, Shannon, will you help me come up with an outline for a book? But she was crying. And, at the time I was teaching blogging and like thought leader content strategy. So she wanted a book that was based around her thought leadership. So I asked her, why are you so upset? And she said, I don't want to write this book. I signed up for this program, and now we're at the point in the program, and I knew it when I signed up, that I have to go out to California and they're going to lock me in a room for 3 days and I'm to come out with a draft.
Yep.
And that conversation changed me. It changed me. It was that one was the tipping point, right? But there were many before that. So-and-so said I have to do a podcast. So-and-so said I need to do a video. So-and-so said I can only be successful and be thought of as an expert if I have a book. This was the conversation with this lady that I laid in bed that night and I could not sleep. And I got up, when they say it's like a sacred download, that is what happened.
Yep. I totally know that feeling.
Yes, I got up, I grabbed a black Sharpie, I drew a circle on the wheel, the content personality wheel. I drew it on a piece of paper and I said, okay, I have got to find a way to help people get rid of all this noise and quit thinking they got to do all the things and find their joy. What is their marketing superpower? What is going to move the thing forward? And so within 4 weeks, I had developed the quiz. This is when it's a divine download.
Yeah, totally.
I had developed the quiz. I had developed the content personality course, which is how I rolled this out way back in the day. And I had developed a certification program to help for people that wanted to certify, their people in the content personality. So that was the story of it. And I actually called her back and I said, I couldn't sleep last night because of this thing, like you were in tears. And I'm wondering if you will test this idea I have. And she was the first one. Mm-hmm. And when she answered the questions, she came back audio, which is why she did not want to write a book and sit down and do it. Yeah. And I said to her, okay, do you want a book? And she said, yes. I said, I want you to test something for me. I want you to pick up your phone and I want you to speak it in there. And she had been trying to do this for like 5 years, right? This book. She called me back in 3 months and said, my book is done and it's at the publisher. And this has saved my life and my business.
I love it. Okay. So let's just for a second there talk too about how it isn't that she didn't end up with some written content eventually, right? Because a book is obviously written content. It's that the place from which she created it was audio, and she just let that lead and then let other people take it and run with it, whatever that might be.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that in your content, that you put out a lot of content that's like this is just a live conversation between you and I, and then it'll get repurposed into whatever. But this is where you convert because it's just you being present and having presence with me, which ends up showing up in other places.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I love that. Cool. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to check out the content personality quiz and find out what type you are so you can make your marketing a little bit easier. Also, if you think this would be helpful to anyone in your audience, be sure to forward the video to them because you never know, maybe them knowing their content personality type will also help them with their organic marketing. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, my name is Andrea. Make it a great day.